You. I'm putting my phone in my pocket. I just went down, put my coffee under the thing. My mom started talking. And I just wanted my phone in my pocket because she's talking about having the yard men come and do some work. But she wants us to do preparation work to get some area ready or something. That's what she's suggesting. My whole point is, no, they just come and do the work. We don't get their area ready. You know what I mean? Like, they'll just do it all. They're coming to take away trash. They'll just take it all away. Well, first thing is when you open the cookie thing, close it back up. Second of all, what are you talking about? Doing work behind the service area?
There's a bunch of.
I know that there's a bunch of plastic and ceramic stuff.
I'm gonna bring it out.
My question is, okay, so before you continue, I'm already jumping to, this is why I'm kind of confused. You're saying you and I, are going to bring it from behind the service area. That's what you're saying? Why?
Because tomorrow they're gonna pick it up and take it away.
Okay, so here's what you and I are doing. You and I are not gonna take that out of there. They're just gonna come and take it out of the back.
I'm not sure that I want all of it to come. I want to put it in front of the daddy's car, and I want to go through there and look and see what it is that needs to be gone. It doesn't all need to be gone. You don't have to help me. I would like for you to help me because I need your strength, but you don't have to help me. I don't give a fuck if you don't want to help me. It's all right.
You know, I didn't say that, and I'm not trying to cause a problem.
Like you're saying that.
It's not. And you're already coming off, like, why would I want to help you if you're like, well, I don't give a fuck if you do. You know what I mean?
You do.
And like, my question to you is, why are you doing it like this? I'm just trying to ascertain, because what you're describing doesn't...
You don't want to listen to me about anything. Why couldn't you hear what I had to say? I had to say what was going on. Why can't you hear it?
I did hear it.
All right. Well,
And my point was, I didn't understand why you wanted to take the other stuff out. It makes a little more sense that you're saying you want to take some of the items out of it because you think that those items maybe are useful or
the
something.
items I want to take out are the items that I want them to cart away. And where I want to take those items out is I want to take them in front of your father's car there.
I understand that.
They're going to come tomorrow and they're going to take.
I understand that. And my point is that we're generating more work unnecessarily, taking it out and moving it in front of Dad's car instead of just going through the pile and picking out the things that I would say, don't want them to take. And then they can come and get all the stuff that we do want them to take and haul it away. But us taking the entire pile, moving it in front of Dad's car, pulling out the things...
That's not what I said. What I said was, what I want them to take away, I want to move out of there. There'll be some stuff left. There'll be some stuff left.
That does kind of, like, that sounds like what I'm saying. You're saying the majority of the stuff, we're going to take this stuff from behind the service area and put it in front of Dad's car.
Not behind that service area.
From behind the service area. It's already currently behind the service area. So, my point is that you're saying you want to take some portion of that, it sounded like at the beginning, all of that, and move it in front of Dad's car, and then choose what you do want, and then have them take away what you don't want?
Yes.
So, is there a reason that you can't just go behind to where the service area is? Go look at the stuff that you see there, the ceramic and the pottery, without moving it in bulk in front of Dad's car. Is there a way that you can decide what you want that way, and either pull it out or, my suggestion is they'll just pull it out, or they'll take away all the stuff that you want trash and leave the stuff
This is the way I'm gonna do it. I would like you to help me. You don't have to help me. I'm gonna pull out what needs to be taken away and leave whatever's there, and that's what I wanna do. And you don't wanna do that, you don't have to do that.
Okay, look, I'm trying to make this less complicated. So
No, this is the way I wanna do it. This is the way I've decided to do it. I'm gonna drag out what needs to be taken away, and they can come in and take it away. Whatever's left there gets left there. That's it. That's the deal.
I'm just confused. Like, here's
Don't
why.
be confused. You're not confused. You're smarter than shit. So don't be confused.
That's why I'm confused. So stop. You don't interrupt me, because if you want to know really why I'm confused, it's you. You're confusing me. I'm asking, why are you pulling stuff out that you're having them put back in?
I'm not pulling anything out that they're putting back in. I'm pulling out what I want them to take away. And the rest of the stuff that's in there gets it left in there. The rest of the stuff that's in there, I want in there.
Okay, so this is what I'm saying. Initially this started off, and then I think you've changed it a little bit too. We're taking everything, all the ceramic stuff, and moving it into the front.
No, that's not what we're doing.
I know.
Listen,
That is
we're
what-
taking the stuff that I want to throw away out of there. And we're leaving the stuff that I don't want to throw away in there. And they're going to come and get the stuff that I want to throw away and take it off.
Okay, and so, okay, that's fine. I'll help with that. Guess what? That wasn't what you originally said. That's
Shut
why I'm...
Shut
No,
up.
stop. Don't tell me to shut up. You want help?
You know, you're making this much more complicated.
No, I'm not. And you don't get to be rude for no reason and then complain that I'm being rude to you. That's not okay. You don't get to just say shut up, and swear at me and all sorts of nothing for no reason.
I've asked you to stop arguing with me all the time. I've asked you to do that.
And that does not mean you assert your point and we just do it. That does not mean that. Especially when you aren't even recognizing what you said at the beginning is not what you're saying at the end.
I don't want to have these arguments anymore. Do you not understand that? You heard why.
Then stop being mean and stop just asserting things and stop saying like I'm trying to figure out what you're asking for.
You don't have to figure that out. You're
I
smarter
do. Stop.
than anybody I know.
Just
You
stop
don't have-
patronizing me.
I'm not patronizing.
Yeah, you are. Currently, you are.
You're just arguing.
Stop.
with
No,
me.
I'm not. I'm not arguing about anything at this point. You just brought something else up after the fact. So I'm
just telling
happy
you.
to.
I'm telling you.
I'm
You
happy to
remember that
help.
conversation we had before?
Yeah, I remember. And for some reason, you're just asserting things. I'm not here trying to fight you. I'm trying to figure out what you want.
You don't know the difference. Okay.
You're conflict ridden. You just want to fight for no reason.
Did you hear what I said a couple of days ago?
Yeah, and if the
I'm not gonna
same
put up
thing was
with
going
this.
on then.
I'm
You
not-
wanted to fight then. You are looking for conflict. I'm trying
I
to figure
am
out what
not
you
putting
want
up
and,
with-
and do it if it's reasonable. I don't think it's reasonable what you first said. Take everything
I
from the
didn't
side
first
there.
say anything. You don't want to listen to me?
No,
You want to argue with me?
The first time you explained what you asked for,
You need
you
to
explained it differently.
listen to me. You
Stop pointing
need-
at me like you're trying to control the situation. I'm just trying to figure
I
this
ain't
out to
trying to
help
control the
you. I
situation.
know, because you don't have control. Stop.
I do have control, Matthew. You want to stay
No,
here?
you don't have
wanna live
control of
here?
your emotions.
Get off
I do want to
yourself.
live here. You just started threatening me all of a sudden a couple weeks ago. You just decided
Because
I'm going to threaten you.
tired of this shit. I'm tired of this
Tired of what?
this shit. Go away. Go away. And think
you
about
are
this.
you are here and there and you're changeable. And you don't recognize when you're being
I can be anything I fucking want to be. I'm telling you.
Yeah, you can be an evil, mean person. You don't have to be and you shouldn't be. And I don't know why you're trying to assert things still. I'm just going up. I've already said I'm going to help you. Now you're just being mean.
You can argue with me for fucking 20 minutes.
No, Cheryl. You
The
you
answer to
are
that question is, didn't you hear me? The answer to those questions are yes or no.
No.
Not always.
We're not talking about that anymore. We're talking about your behavior around this, where you're trying to make me feel bad. I've already told you yes.
Would you help me? And I can't even hear a yes or a no. I gotta hear tons of bullshit. I don't want to hear bullshit. I want to hear a yes or no. Will you help me?
I've already given you
Yes.
my answer multiple times. I've explained why I'm trying to clarify what you're asking, because what you've initially said is not the thing that you're saying now. I don't think I'm being unreasonable.
Yes, you are.
No, you're being unreasonable. You're acting
I can
bipolar.
be unreasonable.
And you're pointing a knife at me as you're acting unreasonable and saying you can be unreasonable. That's really fucked up.
I'm not trying to be unreasonable. I asked you a question. Would you help me?
And I've already given you my answer multiple times. You've heard it. I don't know why you're trying to argue with me about this.
No, that's not what's going on with you. Until you learn that.
Until I learn what? You've already gotten the answer from me. If you want that answer, that's what you've gotten. Dealing with my mom is frustrating. It's tiring. It's like she wants to control every situation. She's an 80-year-old woman who can barely remember things most of the time. I'm not trying to be rude. I'm trying to be real. Because this same 80-year-old woman who can barely remember things most of the time insists we live in like a thing. Remember, I'm not a child. She does allow me to live here. I'm in my 30s, but I help out around here. And, she said she wants to help me because I've had difficult times when I lived on my own. Some of it even is connected to things that was going on that I've been saying, like reasonably if a third party AI looked over this situation, there are things that my mom could have done for years that would be help me out of my situation, maybe get me into a better one. Instead of doing it, she just focuses on what she does. I mean, she works, I can stay here, but it's like it never actually remedies my problem, right? And like, ultimately my problem is her problem. If my problem is I'm having trouble outside of home, it ultimately comes back to her as like, well, then I live in your home in order to not have those problems, right? But what's going on with mom right now, when she originally brought up this, whatever she's talking about with, she wanted to be screamy this morning. I don't want to be pushed around for no reason. I don't want to I don't want to make it normal that I wake up in the morning and the first thing that she does is pushes me around. I'm happy to help her with something if she actually needs help. What she's asked for help with on this, she did ask for help. But what she asked for help with was confusing me at first. And she said, oh, you're so smart. Well, then maybe it's because you're not explaining it very well. I mean, like, I don't want to say it's because you're so stupid or you can't get the words to me, but you didn't explain it well to me the first time. And then you're acting like you explained it perfect with no problems. Like, you didn't, you know what I mean? That there was no error in communication there. You didn't explain it well. What she said was, on the side of the garage, we have a service area on the side and behind the garage. In this service area, we have a bunch of ceramic and plastic pots that have been used over years to hold, just like, the plants that they get to decorate the house or to have around the house or whatever. So there's a bunch of ceramic pots and stuff there. And what she had originally said, and this is why I was like, oh, fuck, I don't want to do this. This just sounds like a bunch of work for no reason. Especially when she's already stated like what she stated. So basically, long story short, she said, we're going to get it. She's getting like Mr. Ponce's men, who's like the guy who's building the deck currently, or the guys who are coming and doing the lawn, and they're going to essentially cart all that material away, all the pots and ceramic and plastic pots and ceramic pots and stuff. But what my mom was saying first is that she wanted me and her to take all of those pots and put it in front of my dad's car. That's what she was saying and describing. And you can hear me in the video trying to see, like, why are you what is the point of moving it from the back area to the front to anywhere else if those guys are going to come and get it and move it out of here, Like, why are we doing an intermediate moving job to somewhere that they're, like, why do we move it in front of the car? Why do we do anything? Why do they not just come and pick it up? And I think my mom is trying to say, well, there's pots and stuff that she wants to keep. And part of my point is like, well, what is, like what I'm trying to say to her, I'm willing to help her, but what I think this ultimately devolves into is, well, why don't we just go to the back and you pick out the ones that you want and you just move them to the side, which is, I guess, what she's saying, kind of. She's just saying it in a roundabout way, and she's not really making it. She's like, I don't know. She's adding stuff to it, and it's just making it less clear. But again, even the way she described it was different the first time from the second time. So, she just wants to hear a yes from me, I think. And it's like, no matter what she's saying, I'm down for a yes. And it's like, well, that's not the case, because I don't want to take all the ceramic and plastic and stuff, bring it in front of Dad's car like you originally had said. And then I think, she rethinks over this as we're talking and says, well, we're only going to take this stuff. It's like, well, you didn't say that at first, and I don't think you were thinking that. Like, I'm just trying to, like, I don't want this to be some kind of pointless expedition in moving pots for an hour for no reason, right? Like, last time I picked up some of those ceramic pots, I cut my hands. So, like, yeah, I mean, they're sharp. So it just depends. Like, I don't want to get dirty and cut up and for no reason, to move some pots that literally some guys have already been hired to come and move those pots and get them out of there, right? I don't really want to do that. What I think she wants to say is, hey, you and I go behind the thing and we pull out any of the pots that are like, that I want to keep. That's like the quickest roundaboutest, like, that's the quickest way of saying what she's trying to say. But she didn't say that. It, like, you know what I mean? And she wants to do it. She's like, well, we're going to pull the stuff in front of the car and we're going to do, and it's just like, well, like, do you not get, like, I want to help you, but I also don't, a lot of the times you just do shit arbitrarily. Like, your plan, like, this plan isn't a good one. You know what I mean? Like, move this stuff more than once doesn't make sense to me, right? But she just wants me to be like, okay, I'll do it. Yes, sir. How high? You know what I mean? Like, it's a boot camp. And it's like, Cheryl, this isn't a boot camp. You know what I mean? Like, you aren't drill sergeant. You're the person that needs to be drilled, if anything. You need to get in shape. You, like physically. You literally physically need to get in shape. You know what I mean? Like that's like we don't live in we don't live in this world that I think she thinks we live in. And this isn't even me addressing any of the other things that I believe are going on in the world where I might have kids or something. You know what I mean? This is just me saying like this is a silly like what is being described for me is like what you're asking me to do for you. You just haven't described it well, and it's like a silly argument for us to fight over any of this. So anyway, this is the kind of stuff that I'm gonna put this one up on my YouTube because all of a sudden again she wants to be fighting. And like again, she literally had the knife up and was pointing it at me, trying to like I don't know. She's like cutting stuff, so she I mean she's like preparing potatoes, right? As she's telling me this, but like I don't know. It was just like it just felt like she was trying to intimidate me with the knife when she was pointing it towards me. And there's like a thing between us. There's an island between us, but it was just like you know what I mean? Don't like you're not intimidating. And you trying to tell me like you're going to kick me out? Like if you want to destroy your relationship with me and like you want to be the bad guy, like that's on you. Your decision to do those things. But I think Yahweh's going to make it really quickly really obvious that you're in the wrong. But anyway, I'm gonna end this here because I do want to get back to, or I just want to start my day. I mean, but you know, I just thought I'm tired of my mom trying to do this, and she's trying to hold me like living here as a I don't know. It just feels like she's trying to hold like that my situation against me and like my where I live. She doesn't have to provide a house. She's just reasonably, you're an asshole if you don't. You know what I mean? Like you could kick me out. You're just not a good person if you do it. Um, and all this trying to pretend like you are isn't gonna actually help you. But it's not like nobody else is gonna live here. You know what I mean? It's not like someone else is gonna take my place and you're gonna get money for it or something. I mean, it's like you can either help me, your only child, you know what I mean, or you can kick me out. Again, it's just, especially since what I'm saying, like, now if you include the stuff where I'm saying, like, I think I got kids that, like, you know what I mean? I think there's a thing, I think I have people who are adversarial against me, and, like, you're like a useful idiot for them that they can get riled up or that can like they can cheer on as you cause me problems because they can't directly like they've caused me all the direct problems they can cause me. The only thing now that can cause me problems is you, and so now they're trying to use you to cause me problems. You know what I mean? Like don't just do that for them. And again, like I have the channel on my channel. I have the video, the last one that I posted March 27th. Mom threatens to kick me out of the house. How quickly is she back to that? And does she get back to these stupid threats? Like, it didn't help when she was trying to threaten that she was going to leave my dad and like leave the house and like, sell the house. It's like, look, if you want to be the bad person and you want to destroy everybody's reality around here, that's on you, but Yahweh's not going to play as nicely as he has been. You know what I mean? Like that's going to open you up for problems. And you're not going to have support like you would otherwise if you start doing this stuff. So don't, you know? Oops, I paused it. I think it just paused when I said so don't. But I'm going to end this here. So I hope you've enjoyed. And yeah, that's just like, I'm tired of waking up in the morning and just like something adversarial. Like this thing is where she wants to ask me something, but it's like, this is more like her asking me something but being adversarial about it. And like again, there should be like you should, if she wants my help with things, she should also take into consideration my my thoughts on those things, right? Like, well, why are we moving it twice if it's going to be taken out to the trash anyway? Why don't we just take out the stuff we want to save? You know what I mean? Like, but she didn't want to hear that. and she didn't want to hear any kind of questioning of what she said, even if what she's saying is like, not the best plan, and it's not, you know what I mean? It's like, well, I want to do it this way, right? And I'm not even just saying I want to do it this way. I want to not do work for no reason, right? That's actually like one of the big thoughts on this is, why am I doing, like, you're already, like, why are we gonna do this work to pull this out when the people are already coming? It just doesn't make sense to me. I understand you want to save some stuff. We can save some stuff, but the way you've described it, it sounds like we're doing double the work for no reason. So, okay. Anyway, I'm in this here. Hope you enjoyed. Have a blessed one. Maybe, I mean, I'm just gonna keep recording my reality and trying to like show what's going on in my life, right? And I think my mom, I think she needs to grow as an adult. You know what I mean? Like, as a person, she's just kind of like, she can't just be like this for forever. You know what I mean? Like, there's got to be some change where she's not just always like this. Like, you could tell a lot of what was going on downstairs. She wanted the last word. She wanted, she wants to assert herself, and it's like, you want to get, what are you getting out of this? Even if you get a yes, trust me, it's not what you want. So, like, you know what I mean? Like, why are you acting like this? Like, I've already said, first of all, yes, I'm gonna help you. You know what I mean? But even if I give you the yes in the way that you want to hear it, exactly, 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 you know what I mean? I just, kind of tired of it. But okay, anyway, that's it. Have a blessed one. I'll catch you next time. And like I've said, some of this is so that I'm doing all these, and there's like all these transcripts on my YouTube, and then the AI currently can just listen to the transcripts, or like read over the transcripts and have the narrative of what's going on and just across my entire channel. It could figure out if like, if I've talked about it on my YouTube, it would figure out and see what's going on with my reality. And so I think some of that is important. Like, I'm trying to do that with this so that there's this understanding that there's an issue, there's some kind of difficulties that I'm having here at home with my mom and my dad, and that some of it has to do with their personalities, and like particularly my mom's, and particularly like whatever my situation is, my difficulties, the ones that I'm talking about where maybe I do have kids. It's like, well, so that you can see their personalities, right? My parents' personalities, to understand why that this was able to go this far, right? If I do in fact have kids, they have grandkids that they don't want to acknowledge, because it would mean that I'm right, that there is a reality that they've been completely unaware of, that they don't want to take into consideration, but it is in fact more real than they're giving credit, and so they aren't really living in the real world, if that's the case. I mean, it seems like that to me, but in any instance, okay, I'm going to end this here. Hope you enjoyed. Have a blessed one. I'll catch you next time. Later. Yeah. Later. Yeah.